Welcome back to Oathbound Gaming. Today we're going to be playing a game called Breach Wanderers. It is an early access, roguelite, card battler, deck builder type of game. And we're going to deep dive into this thing, and at the end of the video we're going to do pros, cons, and final thoughts. We're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to just jump into the options real quick. It's got very basic stuff right now, but one of the things I actually did like was that you could change the user interface size, so like everything gets a little bigger. If you're looking at the cards and your eyesight's maybe not the best, you want to make it a little bigger because your resolution's super high or something. Fast mode allows like the combat to go a little bit quicker if you're into that. And we're going to just hit play. We're going to hit play and we're going to jump in. So when you're in the game, after your first run, you're going to unlock like your camp, I guess you can call this, right? You got quest board here, which allows you to pick up additional quests. You could spend some gold to unlock additional quest slots, so you can have more than one quest at the same time. This quest I had completed, draw some extra cards. I'm going to get some resource for that. Discard cards, but I can re-roll that quest if I don't want it. Create cards in combat. Cool. We can re-roll it one time, so we have to go with that one. We're going to leave that. So you do get quests that you can unlock and complete while you're in a run. There's a market available, which you can upgrade, and you can have items available that you can purchase to make your run a little bit easier. You know, you have some items available for you to heal and all that cool stuff. Here is where we can do our upgrades to our characters so we can be stronger for the next run. Let's see. You'll begin each run with 30 bonus energy for your artifact, which allows you to kind of like level up mid-run. You'll be presented with two choices when you receive an item reward, so it upgrades it from 1 to 2. Restore 1 health at the end of every fight. So you get a bunch of upgrades available to make yourself stronger, right? We also have card packs that we can unopen using this resource here, Aether. You do not have to spend real money for card packs. Let me stress that right away, because I know a lot of trading card games like to do that. So we're just gonna open some cards here. Let's open a pack. Let's open a couple packs here and get some new cards. And as you can see, there's 234 cards available in the game, and they are increasing with updates, which they've updated recently. At the beginning of August, they had a huge update for the game, which was really cool. This is our collection of cards here, and we're gonna go and we're gonna start a run. Yeah, we're gonna choose start run here. Now, this screen has some other things available. We can unlock more characters. So this is the character that you get at the beginning. And as you level up the characters, which you can level up each character, you will get buffs. Different, like, I don't know, perks, I guess you can call it. Gain an additional 2 mana at the beginning of every turn. That's what this dude gets. Now, I'm going to unlock another character, which is the reason why I didn't spend my gold. Let's, a lot of utility cards, using his cannon every turn to deal most of the damage. What about this character? A card of creating tools, dealing damage with strikes. Let's go with him. See what he's like. So we got him unlocked. We can change his colors if we're into that. Sure. Create a cannon blast every turn. That's one of the things he gets. Now, if I go back to this previous character here, because I've already completed runs with him, I could change the deck and edit the... No, I don't need to see that. So I can increase the... or clear my deck and... toggle between your deck and your card pool. This is the deck that you start with each run. Pool. Most cards rewards found in a run will be chosen randomly from this pool. So you can choose a pool of cards that you want to possibly receive during your run, or you can create your deck of 12 cards and say, I want this, I want this. So as you unlock cards, the deck you could build gets much, much larger. But we're going to choose this new character, and we don't get to set the deck at this point with him. So we're going to go ahead and start a run. I'll probably skip some stuff because the run's going to be a little long. So we have our health here. And we have an option to use a campfire to rest to gain some health back during a run. This is one of those roguelites that, like, all of these are randomized, and you get to choose your path. So we're going to start with the middle path here, just because. And we see here that this is my character on the left, his health bar, and his armor, his shield, right? Now that shield will avoid me taking direct damage to my health bar if I have this shield, like absorb the damage. So you see this enemy next turn is going to do 7 damage, and this one's going to do 8 damage. That will do more than my shield, right? It's going to do, what is that, 15 damage? And it's going to go through the shield, and it's going to do a little bit of damage to me if I let them get it off. But let's see what I can do here. What do I have? So some of these cards are definitely brand new to me. Deal 6 damage to any enemy, apply 6 arcane to it, and reduce the cost by 1 when you play a non-mana, non-cannon card temporarily. So, oh, it's a temporary buff. So take a look at Arcane. It'll give you a nice description of what the hell is Arcane. It's going to add 6 Arcane. What does that do? And it tells you what it does. You know, when it gets to full, when it gets to 10 Arcane, the enemy is going to take 10 damage. So I'm going to use this right now, and this should actually give me some more mana here at the bottom left. I think my camera's blocking it just a little bit. I'll have to move my webcam a bit. You'll see at the bottom left we have 8 mana. I gained a little bit of mana from using one of those cards, and now this Cannon Blast got reduced in cost, so I'm going to hit this enemy. That did some damage and filled his arcane bar a little bit. When that gets to 10, it's going to take a lot of damage. Deal 2 damage to any enemy, give it vulnerable 1. So I can hit the enemy with that, and then vulnerable is his debuff. I can scroll over that and check just what vulnerable does. Increase damage taken and status received from cards by 30%. Gain Wits 3. What does Wits do? You could look at that. Draw 1 extra card every turn. Let's throw that on. We'll throw our mana shield on to gain mana and extra shield, and then we'll throw block on for a lot of extra shield. I'll end my turn, and the enemies are going to take their turn and inflict their damage, but I was able to increase my shield enough that I didn't take health damage, which is good. So I'm just going to blow through this quick. Charging Focus will give us mana, reduce the cannon cost. Apply 10 Arcane to an enemy. Watch this. Watch this enemy's health. You know what? Cannon Blast will do it. It's going to give 6 Arcane to him, and it'll be enough to max that. Watch that. Boom. So it took damage from the cannon, then took damage from the max Arcane. Transforms a Cannon Blast into a Scattered Blast. That's cool. I'll take a look at that next time. We give this guy 10 more Arcane, it'll bring him to 11. That was kind of wasteful, but whatever. So now the enemy's going to use 5 Arcane on me. This one's going to throw Shield and Reflect on. Charging Focus. Charging Focus. It's going to reduce this a lot. Transforms a Cannon Blast into a Scattered Blast. Deal 8 damage to any enemy. Apply 8 Arcane to it. Reduce the cost by 1 when you play a non-mana. So this is buffing this card. Pretty cool. Give 2 damage to any enemy. Deal 2 damage to any enemy. We can kill that guy with it. We can hit this guy with an Infuse, which is going to max his Arcane. Make him take a lot of damage. Hit him with the Scattered Blast. Alright, this one's over. Let's end it this round. This round we're going to end this. 10 Arcane. Boom. Cannon Blast over. There we go. So that's what a typical round looks like. That's an easy one, though. That was the first fight of the run. Now we get to pick between 3 cards. We get to pick one. Monster card is a card that comes from the monster. Like, every enemy has a chance to drop cards. Like, so you can find unique cards depending on what enemy you beat. Deal 7 damage to the first 2 enemies, then gain Reflect. Ooh, look at that. Deal 3 times 2 damage and reduce the cost of Cannon Blast by an additional 2. Let's do that. Get that down to very, very little. Now, I'm going to jump ahead a little bit so you guys can see what else the game has in store for it. Let's go. So we're at a crossroads here. I'm on this spot here, right? I could choose to go left or right. Right, we don't know what this is. It's a random event. Left, we have like an elite battle, right? You see the skull here? It's like an elite. And this one here has nothing. So this would be like a normal battle, the typical basic battles. These are boss battles. That I have to fight one of these boss battles no matter which path I take. And at the end, of course, there's a boss battle there as well, which is like a little weird raspberry with a sword. Pretty funny. Let's go with the random path. Let's go right. We're going to take this path here. Let's see what this event is. Hear some fighting sounds in the distance. Magic plants are in a fight against a group of very dangerous elementals. So we can stay hidden and just be like, yo, let's not get involved. Or we can ambush one of them. Let's ambush the dangerous elementals. So the other group of monsters flee as soon as you start. So now we have a fight against dangerous elementals, which is probably the harder fight out of the two. But you see that they now have an ambush debuff, which is a 50% chance of receiving critical damage now. The enemies have that on them. So that's good for us, right? I got a new card here, Increasing Assault. Deals 6 damage to any enemy, increases the value by 3. So the next time this card comes up, that damage is going to be 9 instead of 6. If I use this. I will use it. 13 Arcane, let's do it. It's going to do some nice damage to him. End the turn. He's putting shock on me. This shock is this bar here. And that's what one of the things I really love about this game is the game will tell you anything you need to know. If you don't know what something does, you scroll over it. You look at the card, it's going to have the details. You can click an enemy to see what he's got, what he can do. You can scroll over the bar here, this shock bar here. Applying shock will fill the target's shock bar. When it's filled, the target will be shocked and take double damage from the next attack. Like, that's super descriptive. I love it, because there's definitely card games that are a little bit on the confusing side. You're like, I don't really know what this does. What does this debuff mean? You know, there's no description of what the heck the debuff is actually doing. That kind of sucks. But I really like that this game actually... Ooh, that hurt. Thankfully, I had a lot of shield. This game is very, very good when it comes to the descriptions of the cards. Look, now this card is doing 9 damage rather than the 6 it did. If I use that, it's going to kill that guy, and it'll be stronger the next time it comes up. I'm not going to be able to use any of these. That's going to transform this, but I won't have enough mana to use it, so I'll have to end my turn, and I'll take some damage there, which sucks. Charging focus, up that. I'll block, hit him with the cannon blast. Max his arcane out. One more turn, he's done. Ow. Look at that, this does 12 damage now, this card. So when you're in long fights, those cards that grow as you use them are really, really strong. Alright, so we just finished the battle, and we get to choose a card here. What do we want? Deal 14 damage to any enemy, guaranteed critical hit on enemies with shield. That's nice. Look at this, shield potion. Gain 3 mana, gain 6 shield, but decreases both values by 1. So it'll temporarily reduce the maximum value of that. Gain 6 shield, reduce the rank of your debuffs by 1. It's pretty nice. We're going to go with the offensive one, though. We're going to hit an enemy. We can remove one here. We can choose to remove a card from our deck if we don't want it. I don't know. There's not really a card I dislike, so I'm going to keep them all. And now, because we got max energy here, we maxed this bar. We got to 100 energy. We got 37 from this fight, and it maxed it. We can click Equip Item, and it's going to give us a trinket. Deal 3 damage to every enemy per card in your hand. We're going to equip that. We want that equipped for sure. And we're going to hit continue. Now, though, that artifact that we got over there, that trinket here, it's equipped here. And I have 2 slots, right? Eventually, you can unlock 5 slots. Also, you can get chest piece, weapon, these rings here. So you can really equip your character with a lot of good stuff. And in addition to that, you can increase the amount of trinket choices you have available at the end of that fight. So it's not just between, you know, that one that appeared, I have to take it or sacrifice it for more energy to get closer to the next trinket by hitting 100 energy. But you can upgrade, like I showed you before at the beginning in the camp. And we can get a lot of choices so we can choose which trinket we really want to go with, which is nice. Now this trinket here is on the left side. And this is a boss battle. Guy's got a lot of health. On the left side, that's the trinket we got. It'll deal 3 damage to every enemy per card in your hand. Discard your hand. So if I use this, it'll get rid of my hand, which is going to end my turn because I'll have no cards, and it'll do 18 damage to him. Not worth it yet. There might come a time when we do use that, but not yet. Ooh, that's some good damage on the first round. Not bad. Ow. So he just filled the shock bar, so now I'm going to take double damage on the next turn. Well, the next attack that hits me, which is not good. We'll up our shield a little bit. More block, scattered blast. Now he's going to debuff now. Yep, he gave me weak, which decreases the amount of decreased damage dealt and status applied by 30%, and made me more vulnerable, so I'm going to take more damage. And I still have this shock on me. This is not good. It's going to hit pretty hard. I hit hard too. Surprised this guy didn't summon a bunch of units. I see a lot of enemies do that. They summon quite a lot of dudes into the fight. He's gonna heal. What do I want to hit him with? Buffed himself and healed. This guy's good at building up arcane. I like it. Ah, he's gonna hit for 15. That's gonna hurt. But I used some shields here to defend myself. We're almost done. We're gonna get him. He's still healing. He's gonna hit for 27. That's gonna suck. Uh-oh. Ow. That was a hard hit. Finally got him. That's a victory on a boss. Not the last one, though. Okay, we also got an upgrade for beating this fight, which allows us to take a card that we really like and say, let's upgrade this thing. So instead of 2 mana, it's going to be 3 mana and reduce the cost of Cannon Blast by 2. We like that. This guy's all about using his Cannon Blast ability. What else do we have? We get to choose a card. Discard your hand, lose all mana, gain Frenzy 1, transform into Mental Respite. Heal 5, gain Wits 1, transform into Mystic Renewal. So this is a card that kind of like bounces back and forth. As you use it, it turns into another card, then when you use it again, it turns into a different one. Don't like it though. Automatic mod, look at this. It changes his main card into a different version, which is cool. Alright, we're going to jump ahead here, because there's some stuff I want to show you. Alright, we're at the final boss here, and we're going to choose to rest here. We're going to use our rest. This will store 30% of your maximum health, and you choose an additional random bonus. So we're going to rest, and now these are limited. You can't just rest whenever you want. I can choose to remove a card, or gain a lot of energy for your artifact. Let's do that. I gained enough energy to get a new item. There we go. First strike per turn hit count +1. We're going to put that bad boy on, and if we check our inventory, we're going to see that we have boots here. I also had a chest piece equipped, which increased my health and stuff, but you guys didn't see me get that, but that's okay. And we're going to go into our battle here. Now, this is the last battle for this specific run. Let's play through it. Let's go through it and see if I can go crazy on him and kill him quickly. Let's see what happens. I don't know. Let's see. That summon's pretty annoying. They're buffing themselves. That's not good. This is cool for this fight. Escalating. This'll keep getting stronger as I use this card. That's good. Healed. Hit him with the infuse. Moved his buffs. Arcane's awesome. Good damage source. Ow, this is gonna hurt. And he used bleed, which means every card I use is gonna do damage to me. Damn it! This'll help. This'll hit both of them. And he's gonna summon again. Oh! No. That hurt him, but I'm gonna take a lot of damage here. I don't know if I'll win. Ooh, this is a close fight. Got him, I got him. He's gonna hit for 17. It's pretty strong. Boom! Ain't hitting for anything anymore. And that's gonna be the end of the run. Well, this, you'll see. You'll see. I'll show you. This is the first depth. Alright, he's dead. Victory, depth 1. And we leveled! Yay! New cards unlock. And now you can edit your starting deck, like I showed you before with that other character. Now this character can actually edit the deck. Well, I could buy new decks as well. Which, sure, why not? Let's open another pack. Well, not a new deck, a new... You know, you get it, you get it. I get 3 new cards from the deck. Now I'll get more gold, and I can go to the forge and do upgrades, and all of that good stuff. Did I complete my quest? No, but I made good progress on it. I'm going to unlock another quest slot, which will help me get more of this resource, which means more cards, right? Deal damage to shocked enemies. Let's re-roll that. Draw 8 cards in a single turn. Tough, but it can be done. But alright guys, let's jump to our pros, cons, and final thoughts at the end of this video. Let's do it. The pros, cons, and final thoughts for Breach Wanderers. A ton of progression options, new characters, you're leveling your characters, there's quest slots to unlock, new cards to unlock, forge upgrades, market upgrades. There's so much to do, so much to progress for, so much to work towards. I love it. I love RPG elements in my games. Games that keep me working towards a stronger character or overall like account. Love it. The debuff system is amazing. That, and I call it a debuff system. I don't really know if they call it that. Like the arcane, the freeze, the shock. You guys saw me messing around with the arcane a little bit. Love that stuff. It works really well, and it works really well with this point. Customizing your deck allows you to make very powerful combos. I've made decks that work around freeze, constantly freezing enemies. Ones that kind of do a mix of both. Ones that have shock, a lot of shock inflicting stuff, which shock makes the enemy take double damage once you maximize the shock thing for the next attack. So I put it in like really, really, really strong attack. So a bunch of things that apply shock, and then a really powerful attack. So when it does double damage, it's pretty much one-shots enemies. Love that. So customizing your deck actually pays off, and I highly recommend doing that, like looking into it and treating your deck with respect, alright? Everyone likes a nice deck, alright? Everything has descriptions. And what I meant by that is, like, every time you scroll over something, you scroll over a little debuff icon, it's going to tell you what it does. You scroll over a buff, it's going to tell you what it does. You look at a card and it says it does 6 damage, but it also applies 6 shock. It's going to tell you what shock is. What does shock do when it reaches 10? When it maximizes that thing, it's going to double, you know, it lets you know everything. And I've played card games where you're like, what it do? And that kind of sucks. That never feels good when you're kind of confused about stuff. Have you ever played a game like an RPG or something that's got like, it's got strength and then stamina, constitution, agility, dexterity, and you're like, agility and dexterity sound pretty similar to me. Constitution and charisma and whatever, like all of that sounds very similar. But there's no damn stat descriptions anywhere. You have to go look at like a guide or someone else that maybe made a forum post telling you what it does, but there's nothing in the game. I hate that. And Breach Wanderers does not have that issue. Good job with that. Cons. The UI could use some work, but I have that crossed out. Why? Because if you're at the main menu and you click roadmap, it looks like the developers, they're aware of that. They're doing a UI overhaul in fall 2021. UI update, new UI animations, refined card art. Nice. While we're here, let's take a look at the, what else is coming? Winter 2021, world map. I'm interested in seeing that. Weather effects, 2 new areas, new cards, new items. Achievements, yes, I love my achievements. Daily runs, I like that. Storyline quests, new cards, new items. And then in summer 2022 is the final area, 2 new heroes, new depth, new cards, new items. There's a lot in store for this game, and I'm excited. I'm excited to keep my eyes on it and jump in as it gets updates. Storyline quests, see that right there? Keep an eye on that. The character animation could use some work. What I mean by that is, really dislike card games that, like, you use a card and nothing happens. Like, it just... Like, this card does 5 damage, and the enemy health goes from 10 to 5. That's it. There's no, like... Slash! Attack. There's no animation at all. Like, and it's... I get it, it's not like really, it doesn't really mean anything, but it's just, it feels cooler to me when your character's actually doing something, and this game has some of that, but not all attacks are animated, and some of the animations don't really look like they make sense. It's just like a generic, like, let me move, and you cast a fireball, I'm gonna move like this. You slash, I'm gonna move like this. You use a shield, and sometimes it just does nothing. And, I don't know, I'd like to see the animations maybe fleshed out a little bit more, so it feels more in line with what ability you're using, you know? I think that could be a good update. And then the game could use some form of story. Remember when I said pay attention to that main story quest line they're adding? I crossed that out because it looks like they already have that on the roadmap as well. They're gonna add story to the game, which I just wanted like maybe like a paragraph or two to explain why your characters are there, what are they doing, what are they trying to accomplish, what big threat is there, and I like that they're adding a story. That's pretty cool. And then some characters feel a lot weaker than others. Some balance tweaking could definitely help out. You know, some characters could definitely use a little bit of balance and love. So I hope to see that, because some characters just feel a hell of a lot stronger than others. And then a few more songs for the soundtrack would definitely be a nice addition, because currently it can get a little repetitive when there's not that many songs. I think there's, I don't know, 2, 3, there's at least 3. But a little bit more would, a little bit more songs, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20 songs thrown in there. I'm kidding. 2 or 3 songs will do. Something to just, I don't know, liven it up a little bit. Final thoughts. Breach Wanderers is probably one of the best upcoming roguelike card battle games on Steam. I'm impressed by the amount of progression options, characters, cards, and the overall content when the game is still making its way through early access. This is a game I can wholeheartedly recommend to any fans of card games. If you like card games, you like those card battling type of games, this is a good one. This is a good one to keep your eyes on. Either pick it up now or wait for the development to progress, because as you can see, the roadmap it's pretty heavy with content, right? There's a lot of nice stuff coming. So anyway, guys, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, throw us a sub. I always appreciate that. Can I talk? I always appreciate that, and it definitely means a lot to me, and it keeps this content coming. So, throw us a sub, hit that like button if you like that stuff, and if you do, I appreciate it. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Skidit!